What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the upcoming update for Madden 20. We got some big things likely changing soon throughout various game modes and things like that, so definitely want to make sure you guys are up to date, let you know what's coming, what you can be expecting, and all of that good news. If you are new to the channel, however, and you want to always be up to date on all the latest Madden updates and tips, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you never miss any uploads. So took a few days off just right after Thanksgiving, little mini holiday break, but we're back and we should, I think, be getting an update potentially tomorrow. It is December now. We've been typically getting about 2 title updates a month. One is usually a big update, the other one is usually a little bit smaller, a little bit more focused, kind of cleaning some things up. So we're due for a big update. I thought potentially we could get it earlier in the week, but it still hasn't come yet. So usually most of them have come on Thursdays. We've had the one exception, I think the one big update that did come on a Monday one week. So it should either be tomorrow, I guess it could possibly be Friday as well, but if it's not tomorrow, I would say early next week, the latest, because we're kind of past due in terms of how EA's been rolling out updates. So first off, tomorrow as usual, I'll have you guys covered with the roster update information. Not really sure what's going to happen with the roster update this week, but I do think Lamar Jackson could once again be going up just because he continues to win, he continues to shine. Either that or they might wait for him after this week to boost him again, because he will likely break Michael Vick's record for rushing yards for a quarterback in a single season. That will likely get broken in this next game, so maybe they wait for him to break that to kind of, I guess, justify another boost for him. But he's going to continue to get boosts throughout the year if he keeps playing like this and probably win the MVP. So we'll have you covered on the roster update tomorrow. Now, in terms of gameplay with the next title update, I think there's a few things in play here. One thing I've been seeing a lot of complaints about are fumbles being kind of back, kind of wild again. And I've honestly noticed this myself because, you know, there was phases in this year where, you know, the fumbles at the beginning of the year were crazy, then they toned them down a little bit. And then, you know, some people were still saying, oh, I still see a lot of fumbles. But me personally, you know, there was a stretch where I wasn't seeing them happen nearly as much. It definitely seems like they're back on the high end again, at least in my experience and what I, you know, watching others stream and just seeing others' complaints. It seems like everybody feels the same way, that fumbles are really high right now, especially computer forced fumbles, which, you know, we were told in a previous update, you know, that was going to be reduced. It seemed like it was for a while, but now the computer is kind of back just forcing a lot of fumbles, and it shouldn't be that way. They should force them every once in a while, but, you know, hit stick fumbles should be more of a user skill thing, because a fumble is such a big, you know, momentum swing in the game. The computer shouldn't just do that for you at will as often as it's happening right now. So I think that's in play. Zone defense, they've done a couple of things with it this year. I think overall zones, you know, it's not the best they've been, but it's definitely not the worst they've been. But I'm still seeing a lot of issues with defenders breaking with their backs to the ball. And in the last update, the very last title update that we got, they said that was fixed. I'm still seeing that happen quite a bit. And that is, you know, something that they really need to clean up, because defenders should not be breaking on the ball when they are not even seeing the ball come out, but they're whipping around still very consistently, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So I think that could use some further tuning, potentially could be addressed in the next update. In terms of abilities, I'm not sure if they're still trying to touch any of the abilities in terms of how they want to maybe reduce some of them. You know, most people, there's a lot of, well, I won't say most people, but there's a lot of people that still don't agree with how Escape Artist works. As far as I know, they still have no intentions on touching that one, so you just kind of have to deal with it. We saw them patch Nasty Streak with the last update. That one seems to have worked, but I have heard that there is a way that people have figured out how to get Nasty Streak to work again if you get the guy like out of position, because the problem with the ability was people were putting him at tight end and just motioning him out, and he was pancaking the whole side of the field. They fixed that with the last update, but supposedly there's like a backdoor way, there's another way to get it to work. I haven't personally seen it or gone against it, but that is the word on the street, so I guess we'll find out soon enough in one of these tournaments if we see somebody using it. So that might be something they need to continue to look into. But as far as that, I'm not really sure in terms of abilities what they're planning to do. I do think new abilities could potentially be on the way, especially with Lamar Jackson likely to get X Factor with the next update. I do think this next update is going to absolutely be an update where they change abilities around, they change X Factors, because it's kind of past due. They said that they would do this, I believe they said around 5 times this year. I think at most we've seen it happen twice already. And we're, you know, now pretty much at the end of the regular football season, so it's about time to definitely get that third update in there. You're going to definitely see some guys lose it, like Myles Garrett, likely guys maybe like Phillip Rivers, and people like that. Lamar Jackson, without a doubt, is going to be the first person to get it. In terms of X Factor, last time I alluded to, maybe they give him his own X Factor, maybe they come up with something new, but maybe they give him something like First One Free, which is a running back X Factor. Maybe they give him something like that, which would make sense, because when he's in the zone, I think that suits him more than a throwing ability, a guy that when you get him in open space, he can make people miss. So that's something to look out for. I think guys like Deshaun Watson, Jamal Adams definitely are going to be getting X Factors as well. And then you've got superstar abilities for guys like potentially Nick Bosa. He definitely needs something. Guys like Marlon Humphrey, you know, that have been balling out this year. So definitely look for the ability update. We might see some new abilities too. I definitely don't think they're done rolling out abilities this year, because they've been rolling out some new ones in Ultimate Team. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them roll out some new ones for the regular game as well. Now, equipment is something that's still up in the air. At the beginning of the year, Equipment Guru touched on a bunch of different equipment things we could see this year, and we've seen a lot of them so far. We've seen a lot of the new face masks, we've seen the neck rolls and neck pads and things like that. We've seen new cleats, we've had, you know, a new helmet added and things like that. He also did say mouthpieces was something he still wants to try to get in this year. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but that's still something that, you know, in my comment sections daily, I see a lot of people, you know, mentioning mouthpieces, and it's usually, you know, gets a lot of upvotes when somebody comments about mouthpieces. So it is something that's still in play, but it's not guaranteed. But I think that's the biggest thing left that they need to tackle. Obviously, there's other equipment things, but that's the big one left to tackle that everybody's been waiting on. So that could potentially be something in this update, or maybe later this year if they can get it in. But they're on record of saying that it's something that they didn't rule out for this year. So it's something to still keep in mind. Player likeness as well. It's been a while since we got a big player likeness update. In the last little title update we got a few weeks ago, the only player likeness they updated was Greg Olsen. And, you know, usually when they do this, they do them in batches of like kind of 15 to 20 guys. And there's still tons of people that they don't have face scans for in the game, but actually have the face scans for. Like, they've done the face scans, but they haven't been able to, I guess, get it in game yet for whatever reason. So a big player likeness update is likely on the way as well. I think this update would be it, just because it's been at least a couple updates since we've seen a big one, and there's still a lot of people left to tackle. Now, outside of that, for franchise mode, I can say I honestly don't know, other than cleaning up issues, because franchise mode obviously still has little bugs and issues. They've cleaned a lot of them up this year. There's still some that obviously remain, and they finally put those 5th-year options in. So I don't know in terms of newness what else franchise could be getting. Maybe new scenarios, because they did say that was going to be a thing they do all year long, and they have done, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. So possibly new scenarios for franchise mode for the coach, the owner, and maybe even the face of the franchise, career mode. But other than that, and cleaning up maybe some bugs that are still there, I'm not really sure what else franchise is kind of in line to get at this moment. So that's kind of up in the air. And in terms of Madden Ultimate Team, it's definitely kind of a big time of year for Ultimate Team. The Thanksgiving promo just passed, the Black Friday Blitz promo, which is usually one of the best of the year, that just passed, and now it's kind of rolling into Christmas time. The Christmas time promo is on the way. Last year they started it very early in December, I think like the first week, or like right after the first week. So that would be, you know, potentially could be this weekend or early next week that starts, and it ran throughout the entire month last year. It kind of had like 2 to 3 phases of the Christmas promo. You kind of got a little bit of a warm-up, then you got the real meat of it, and then at the end you got some other good stuff as well. And then of course they have like the Christmas presents and stuff that open on Christmas Day and around those days. So December is a pretty big month for Madden Ultimate Team, so expect the Christmas promo, the Ultimate Freeze, the Zero Chill, whatever they call it this year. You get the ghosts of Madden past and present and future, which usually brings a lot of cool new content. But even outside of that, they have the current NFL 100 promo going on right now, and each week for the next few weeks, players that are making the all-time NFL 100 team are getting special items for Ultimate Team. This week it's going to be cornerbacks, defensive backs, and special teams players. That's going to roll out on Friday and likely Saturday morning. So those are some of the best items in the game right now. Those have been pretty cool. And then Series 4 is also going to be starting soon in Ultimate Team. I don't know if it's either this week, maybe next week. I thought it was supposed to be this Friday. I don't know if that's like ruled out yet. Could potentially happen. I guess we would know by tomorrow maybe if that was happening, but if not this week, I definitely think next week is when Series 4 starts, because we're pretty much at the tail end of Series 3 currently, and usually Series 4 does start around the time of the Christmas promo in the December month. So there's a lot of stuff happening for the Ultimate Team players definitely right now to be looking forward to. So just be on there ready to grind, ready to, you know, get some of these new items that are coming out. And there should be a lot of good free stuff going around too. Usually this time of the year when there's a new series and there's a big promo, there's usually like little grindy ways you can get a lot of free, like, you know, big you know, kind of name items during this time of the year. So definitely something to look forward to. But that's all that's coming. I will be up to date with you guys as always when the new update drops. Definitely check back tomorrow. If we get that update, I'll have it for you early, and then of course we'll talk about the roster update as well. So hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, you know the drill. Just like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.